Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is a really fun video that I just randomly thought of earlier today and pulled all the stuff out and I sat down and filmed it, and I'm so happy I did because it was so much fun. But I pulled out all of my bougiest, most expensive makeup to create this makeup look. I was kind of inspired. I was kind of in looking at my makeup collection and I was looking at my eyeshadow palettes. And I saw my Biba palette in there, and that's kind of what got me thinking about this. I don't have a huge luxury makeup collection, but I have a decent amount. And to be honest, I don't use a lot of these things. I really don't. I don't know why. They're very beautiful and they're so fun to play with, but a lot of these things I don't reach for. And I figured it would be fun to use them all in a video together, so that's what we did today. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I'm so happy you're here. I do high-end and drugstore makeup content here on my channel, and I would love for you to subscribe. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I am going to be posting a new video every single day for you guys in October, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this very bougie makeup look. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is totally a random video. I did not plan to film this today, but I had this thought run through my head and I just wanted to film it. So today I pulled out all of my most expensive makeup and we're just gonna do a very unnecessary bougie makeup look for no reason at all. So let's get started. I already did my eyebrows because I use the same thing that I always use, which is my Patrick Ta brow wax, and then I just filled them in slightly, but I just went ahead and did that before I started filming. So I'm going to take my corrector. This is definitely the bougiest corrector that I own. I'm pretty sure this one is the most expensive, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish. And this is the one I'm using currently anyway, because I'm trying to use it up. I feel like the darkness under my eyes doesn't look that dark today. Could just be my imagination, but I feel like it doesn't. I think I got like almost 9 hours of sleep last night, which doesn't happen that often. I used to be the person that stayed up until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I would sleep until like noon before I had to become an adult, you know. And now I cannot do that anymore. It's hard for me to make it until 9 o'clock a lot of nights, honestly. And it's funny because I just used to be the person that could stay up no problem, but those days have come and gone. Yeah, I used to sleep late all the time, and when I mean late, I mean like noon. I would sleep, and then now I obviously don't do that anymore, but now I kind of look forward to the morning, even though I still wouldn't call myself a morning person, but I do kind of look forward to it now. I like to get up and have my coffee, and early in the morning when it's really quiet. I don't know. It's just crazy how you change as you get older. Okay, for foundation, I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use, so I brought out my 3 most expensive ones. So we have Armani Luminous Silk. We have the Dior Forever Skin Glow. This is a pretty new one to me. And then we have the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. I honestly kind of want to use the Tom Ford one, and then I think I might mix in a little bit of the Giorgio Armani because the Tom Ford one is a little bit dark for me, and this is a little bit light, so I feel like if I mix them together, that'll be a good combo. So I have the Tom Ford in the shade 3.7 Champagne. And I got this at the cosmetics company store. I did not pay $150 for this foundation. So that's one pump of the Tom Ford, and then I'm gonna do like half a pump of the Giorgio Armani. I mix them together with my foundation brush, so I'm just getting everything off that was on the brush. And then I'll just tap this on. I've never mixed these two before, so I don't know how this will work, but we will see. I'm really not sure why I just thought of filming this all of a sudden today. I was really in the mood to use this Biba palette because I love this palette. I think it's a beautiful palette, but I do not use it very often, and it's a shame because it's a very expensive, very pretty eyeshadow palette. And I was kind of looking at my palettes and I saw it, and it just, I don't know, I was just thinking about it. So I thought of that, and then I was like, what else do I have that's pretty expensive that I don't really use? And then I was like, why don't I just pull out all of my more expensive makeup and use them in a video? Because when you make YouTube videos, and really if you just love makeup in general, it's so easy not to use things, like, because you're always looking at what's new and trying things out and all that. But I really try to rotate through my products. That's one of the main reasons I'm doing the Project Pan, because I really want to get better about using my stuff, you know what I mean? Also, I have this random spot on my neck right here. I don't know what it is. I woke up with it this morning. Almost looks like a rash. It's very odd, so I'm gonna bring this down my neck a little bit. Now's actually a good time for me to use this Tom Ford foundation because I have on some self-tanner right now, so I'm a good bit darker. My body is, at least. You can't really tell on camera. That Tom Ford foundation is so pretty. Well, two things. The price, $150. I would not pay $150 for it. I would try to find it at the cosmetics company store or wait and at least get it on a sale or something. I would not pay $150, however much for it. I think it's $150, but it's beautiful. I like it. The only thing is the price, and it is very scented. It smells like lavender, which I love the smell of lavender. That's one of my favorite scents of all time, actually, but not in foundations. Now I'm just quickly going over my face with a damp sponge. This is the Amazon Beaky sponge. All right, for concealer, I have, again, a few of them. It's so funny. All three of the Boujee concealers that I have are from the same three brands as the foundation. So I have the Tom Ford Emotionproof concealer, and this, again, I did not pay full price for. I got that at the cosmetics company store. I have the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and I have the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I just used this in a video the other day, so I'm thinking I'm gonna stick with the same two brands I used on my face, and we'll go in with a little mixture of these. So this is number 7, Tawny, in the Tom Ford concealer. It's a tad bit dark and a tad bit yellow. The Armani is much more neutral and lighter. So I'm taking my Sigma F03 brush and starting to blend this in. These two concealers actually have a very similar consistency. They're both pretty thin and luminous looking. And I would say these are definitely both more of a medium coverage. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Giorgio Armani concealer. This one is lighter, so I'm taking a little bit of that kind of in the center of my face. And I'll just use my foundation brush. So I'm not sure when this video is going up, but if you don't know, I should have probably said it in another video, but I'm going to be posting one video every single day in October. That's something I've wanted to do for a while. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work to post a new video every single day. You really have to like plan ahead to be able to do that. You can't really just decide like the day before you're going to post a video every day, because not only does it take time to film, but it takes time to edit, and it takes even more time sometimes to upload a video to YouTube. I'm not sure why that is, but sometimes it's the strangest thing. Sometimes I go to upload something on YouTube and it uploads pretty quickly in like an hour or so, and then other times I go to upload something and it can take like half the day or an entire day to upload. So that's what gets kind of tricky with trying to upload more consistently or on an everyday basis, is you never really know how long things are going to take to upload. So that's why I say you kind of have to plan ahead to be able to do that and upload ahead of time so you don't have to worry about it. Taking a little bit of that Tom Ford concealer on my cheeks, and I just put a little bit of the Dior concealer on my inner corner of my eye, just to add a little more brightness right there. And then I'm just kind of tapping the Tom Ford concealer on my cheeks with my foundation brush. Okay, I just went to grab one more thing I definitely need to use for this video, the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand in fair medium. I do not use this very often because, again, it's very pricey and it's also very hard to get your hands on, so I try to kind of conserve it and only use it sometimes. And then I'm just gonna dot some on my forehead. And then I'm gonna take some on the sides of my nose, even though I never contour my nose really, but oh well. Actually, let me blend these in. I was gonna say I'm gonna do my jawline, but let me blend these in first. So this is one of those products I'm telling you. I know I always say how much I love Charlotte Tilbury because I do, but this is one of those products where seriously, this is worth the hype. If you can get your hands on it, I would highly suggest it, because not only is it really, really pretty, just how it looks on your skin, but it blends so seamlessly. That's the only word I can really think of to describe it, because it takes little to no effort to blend this product. Like, I'm not even hardly blending, I'm basically just kind of tapping and it blends. It's so good. it's just really hard to get your hands on. Usually it's out of stock. I think when I finally got mine, I found it on Sephora randomly. But I know most of the time when I look, it's out of stock. I'll look on her website too and see if it's in stock or not right now. And I'll link it for you in my description box. This is one thing that's bougie, but I do think it's worth it. Because, I mean, look at how easily that blended out. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm just kind of going with whatever is left along my jawline. And I just got it directly from the little brush tip because I do not want to waste it. I mean, look how, ugh, I love it. I don't know if you're going to even be able to tell on camera, but this, oh, so pretty. Every time I use it, it just blows me away. Okay, now we're going to take another very bougie bronzer. This one, to be honest, I do not think is worth the money. This is the Tom Ford Glow Bronzer in the shade Terra, and this is the mini one. It's really nice. It's very pretty, but honestly, there's a lot of bronzers that are similar to this that are not this expensive. I can't even remember what the exact price was on this, but it was expensive. So I'm just going over where we put that Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. And this is the BK Beauty 103 bronzer brush. I think this is the bronzer brush. Yeah, 103. And okay, now we're gonna use this. You guys, this is very bougie. Let me tell you why I bought this. I don't remember where I got it, but I know I ordered it and I did not pay full price. I don't think, but anyway, this is one of the Tom Ford Skin Illuminating Powder Duos. So you get a blush and a highlight in here. And these come in a few colors. This one is the, let's see, this is the number 7 Incandescent. It's really, really pretty. Super, super pretty. Again, very pricey. The reason that I bought this is I think it was here on YouTube. I could be wrong, but I saw a Kelsey Ballerini video of her talking about her everyday makeup products, and she was using this duo from Tom Ford in that video, and of course I decided that that meant that I just needed that duo in my life, and I ordered it, and I barely used it. It's very pretty, but I barely use it. So I'm gonna go into the blush shade, and I'm gonna apply a little bit of this. I believe, yeah, this is very pigmented, so I'm using a really fluffy blush brush to apply this, but it's very, very pretty. It's like just a rosy kind of color. So I'm just kind of going over my cheeks with this. It's really pretty though. I'm gonna put a little on my nose too. And then, I don't know why I really want to use a little bit of this, but I do. This is the Dior Rosy Glow Blush. So it's the one that, it looks kind of scary in the pan, but it's not. This one kind of changes based on your pH of your skin or something, or that's what they say about it. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on too. Okay, now we're gonna go in with yet another bougie purchase. This is the Dior Backstage, what is this? Face and Body Powder, No Powder. And this is a beautiful powder, but I don't know why I did this. I bought the shade 0 Neutral, which is the lightest shade, and it's too light for my face, but it's nice under my eyes. So I'm going to Just press a little bit of this under my eyes to set my concealer. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. I guess I didn't realize I was buying the lightest shade, but it is very nice for setting under the eyes. That's really the only super Boujee powder that I have, other than the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush powder. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that on my face, because my face is looking very shiny. So I'm just going down the sides of my nose, around my mouth, and then I'm gonna go underneath my contour and bronzer. I've been really liking that lately. I just primed my eyes with my NARS eyeshadow base, and we are gonna move on to the eyes. And like I said in the beginning, we're gonna use the Natasha Denona Biba palette because this palette is so beautiful, but it does not get enough love from me. So I'm gonna go into this shade, the lightest shade called Tusk, and I'm gonna put this all over my eye, all the way up to my eyebrows. So these shadows in this palette are extremely pigmented. So I try to always remember that when I go into them. I think the first thing I'm gonna do quickly is take the bronzer, and I'm gonna apply just a little bit of this as like my first transition shade, just so I can kind of keep it cohesive with the rest of my face. I always feel like when you use a little bit of your bronzer on your eyes, it just kind of helps tie everything together. All right, we're gonna go into Freckle, which is right here. It's a brown, a pretty warm tone brown. And I'm using my same brush. This is the BK Beauty 201. And I'm gonna go over where we put that bronzer. Kind of bring it down into the outer V just a little bit. Yeah, this is one of those palettes. I have it and it's beautiful and I love it. I mean, I love to just look at it. The colors in it are stunning. I just feel like I don't reach for it, and I couldn't tell you why. I really don't know why, because I don't have anything bad to say about it. Okay, next we're gonna go into this shade, which is Prairie. This is kind of an orangey, almost like an orangey caramel color. I don't really know how else to describe it, but I'm gonna put this in the outer corner and kind of pull up into my crease. I have this kind of golden shirt on today, so I kind of want to do something pretty warm on my eyes because I feel like we have a pretty warm vibe going on. Okay, I want to go into this shade in the middle. It's called Rayon, and honestly don't know that I've ever used this color. It doesn't really look like I have in the pan. It looks, yeah, I don't feel like I've used this color. It looks kind of like a purpley, kind of like an eggplant color. So I'm going to use that same brush. This is the BK Beauty 202. And I'm going to put this on the outer corner and kind of flick it down towards the lash line. Like that. Oh, that color is pretty. Yeah, it looks like an eggplant almost. I found lately that one of the best ways to apply a darker color to the outer corner of your eye like this, if you have a hooded lid, is to literally just keep your eye open and use a crease brush, but not one that's too big. I like this one because it's more of a tapered little brush, and literally just go over where you have the fold on your eye. That's really the only, I found, the best way to apply a color like that if you have this type of fold on your lids like I do. Okay, and then I want to make it even darker, but I want to use a smaller brush. So I'm going to use, where is it? Here it is. This new little brush I got from What's Up Beauty. It's the R102 brush, and it's similar to the BK Beauty 202 I was just using, but it's even smaller. And this is perfect for placing a really dark color at the very edge of your eye. So that's what I've been using it for. Okay, I'm gonna mix two shades. I'm gonna do Cocoa and Seed. So Cocoa is a warmer brown and Seed is more of a cool tone brown. I'm literally taking one tap into both and very, very lightly applying that there. And see how this brush is a little bit fluffy, so it doesn't even look like that stark when you put it on. It almost kind of blends and applies it at the same time, which I really like. So I'm kind of placing this where I want it, and then we'll go back and kind of blend a little bit more. Okay, now we're gonna go into that first shade we used, which was this one, Turf. Yeah, Tusk, not Turf, Tusk. This is my best trick for blending. It's not a secret or anything. I take a really big blending brush and I go into the lightest eyeshadow that I've used, or if I didn't use a light eyeshadow, I'll just use like my face powder. And I hold my brush really, really far out, like as far as it will go. And this is how I blend. I literally use the tip of the brush and just go back and forth in little tiny circles. And I feel like it just diffuses everything perfectly because you're not using a lot of pressure and you're really just using the very tip of your brush to blend. But this is literally the best way to blend eyeshadows that I've found. Especially if you're someone that tends to go in a little heavy-handed with your shadows, this will really help if you go back over everything with a light eyeshadow or your powder. Now I'm going to use some shimmer in this palette, and I'm trying to decide which one. So there's two really bright, pretty shimmers. There is Shine and there's Monroe. Shine is a little bit deeper than Monroe. So I'm thinking I'm going to take Shine first, and I'm going to use my finger. Yeah, look how pretty Shine is. I'm going to use my finger and, I mean, look at that. Oh gosh. I'm tapping this on the inner, or not the inner corner. I'm tapping it in the center, bringing it up, and then I'll just kind of drag whatever is left over to the side, but oh gosh. I'm going to take that really tiny brush we used for that dark brown. So this is What's Up Beauty R102, and I'm going to go into this shade, Rustic, which is kind of a metallic chocolate brown. It's really pretty. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of that, like one tap. And I'm gonna add that over where we have these darker shades out here. And I'm just keeping it here. I'm not dragging it in or anything, just to add a little bit of sparkle to the outer corner too. And then I'm gonna take the Light Shimmer Monroe. Let's try using a little bit of MAC Fix Plus and going into that Monroe shade. So this is also from What's Up Beauty. It's the R106. It's like a really light shader brush. And for this, I'm just gonna pack this on the inner portion of my lid and just kind of stamp it. Ooh, pretty. I don't know that I've ever used MAC Fix Plus with this shade before. I almost always use my finger. Oh, it works really well like this actually. So I'm kind of carving out where my lid is with this color, just because it kind of makes your lids look a little bit bigger when you have more of a hooded eye. But ooh, actually I know what I'm gonna do. I am gonna take this shade called Tar. This is a really dark gray, like a charcoal gray. And I'm gonna use this little angled brush. This is a Smashbox brow and liner brush. And I'm gonna spray this with Fix Plus. I'm gonna take that shade and attempt to put it on my lash line. I'm just gonna line my lash line with this color. It's really pretty though. It's like a true charcoal gray. And then I'm gonna wing this out just a little bit. Okay, that color I actually really like his eyeliner. It looks pretty. Now I'm gonna go into the first shade, or second shade we used, Freckle. And I'm gonna go along my lower lash line with this. This is also from What's Up Beauty. It's the R101. It's a little pencil brush. And it's like the perfect size for your lower lash line. I'm gonna go into that eggplant color, which was Rayon, and I'm taking like just the smallest bit of this on the outer part of my lower lash line. And I think that's it, honestly. I don't really want to do too much on the lower lash line. One last thing I'll do before we do mascara, I'm just gonna take that large blending brush and just go around everything. Ooh, okay, one more thing I want to do real quickly is I'm gonna take that Tom Ford Duo, and I literally don't need any highlight on my face, but I have to use a little bit of this highlight. So I'm just taking a little bit on this little Anastasia highlight brush and putting it on my cheekbones, my nose, and then I'm gonna take a little bit, actually probably a lot, on my inner corner too. I need a brush that's really good for my inner corner for highlight right there. If anyone knows of a good one, please let me know, because I feel like I'm always trying to find like the perfect inner corner brush, and I have not found it. So because I just really want to use more of it, I'm going to take the highlight again and tap just a bit of that in the center of my lid. And now we'll move on to mascara. So let me curl my lashes, and I don't have that many Boujee mascaras, but I have one that is very Boujee, and I'm pretty sure it's expired. But I'm gonna use it one more time. So for mascara, this is the Chanel Le Volume de Chanel mascara. Honestly, don't know how old this is. I know it's been open for quite a while, but I want to say I got this maybe one of the last times Nordstrom did that mascara thing that they do. You know that I forget what they call it, like Mascara Madness or something, where you buy 2 mascaras and you get one for free. I'm pretty sure that's where I got this. I just can't remember when. Okay, and last but not least, we have the lips. So I have some more. I've just realized I must have a thing for Tom Ford when I want to buy something bougie, because a lot of these things are from Tom Ford. But the lip liner that I brought out was this one. This is the Pat McGrath Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil in the shade Done Undone. I feel like this shade is either discontinued or I don't know, maybe it's just hard to find, but when I've gone looking for this shade before, like to link it, I couldn't find it. So I don't know, I'm not sure if you can still get this shade, but I will link it for you. Ooh, okay. While we're talking about Pat McGrath, I really have an urge for a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette, but I do not know which one to get. I'm not super knowledgeable about Pat McGrath, the brand really in general, but her eyeshadows in particular, I don't know a whole lot about them. But anyway, if you have one of her palettes, would you let me know which one you have and if you like it? Because I don't know, I've just kind of been itching to get one, but I don't know which one. Let me know what you think if you've tried any of them. Also, she has that new one, what is it called? Celestial Odyssey, I want to say. It's like a holiday palette for this year. It's a pretty large palette, and I want to say it's it has some colorful shades in it. But let me know. I kind of thought about ordering that, but I don't know. Just let me know what you think. Okay, so there is the lip liner, and again, I have 2 Tom Ford lipsticks. Both of these came from the cosmetics company store. If you want a Tom Ford lipstick, I highly recommend finding a cosmetics company store. I would not go buy one full price until you look there, because you never know, you might find one that you really like there, and they're usually on some type of sale. So I'm going to go in with this one. This is the shade Blush Honey. Really pretty, kind of more of a brown toned nude, but it's really nice. And then I'm gonna take, let's see, this one. This also came from the cosmetics company store. Honestly, these 2 shades are very similar. If I had bought them at the same time, I probably would not have gotten these 2 because they look very similar. But this La Nudite number 2 is a little bit lighter. So I put that one kind of in the center. And then on top, again, the Cosmetics Company store. This is the Tom Ford lip gloss in 13 Impulse. This is why, you guys, I can't go to that store very often, because I promise you I will come out with something every time. And I will say, okay, this lip gloss is very nice. I like it, but you do not have to spend an astronomical amount on makeup in general, but you definitely don't need to on lip gloss. There are many that are just as pretty, but you know, we're going bougie today. Kind of want to do just like a smidge more of this Dior blush, like kind of in towards the apple on my cheek. All right, I think this is my most bougie setting spray. It's the Hourglass Soft Focus, Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. And one last thing, since we're being bougie. I should have done this before I went over it with a sponge, but my mom got me this. And that is gonna be it for this video. I hope this was fun. Like I said, I didn't plan to film this, but I was just kind of in that mood. And I gotta say, I really love how it turned out. I mean, I'm glad that I do, because obviously these are very pricey items, but honestly, I don't use a lot of them. I don't. They're beautiful, but it's just proof you don't need super expensive makeup. It's fun, and I am very guilty of buying it sometimes because I love makeup, and that's just what I like to spend my money on. But you do not need to spend this amount of money on makeup, FYI. So I don't ever want to put that out there that you need to buy this, you need to buy that, you need to buy this. You don't. You don't, I promise. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I will be posting every single day for you guys in October. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that, and also make sure to follow me on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair01. I will see you guys in my next video. Remember, simply be you.